morning. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Mishmas. It is day 22. You guys, it is the week of Christmas. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Here we are. And this coffee that I'm drinking is maple pecan. Oh my God, it smells so good. So good. Ooh. This is making me crave, you know what's making me crave? Pancakes or French toast, anything with syrup, basically. Yeah, it tastes fine. It tastes like coffee. Let's see, coffee combines delicious maple pecan flavor in a bed. I mean, you definitely smell it a lot more than you can taste it. In a bed of balanced cereal-like coffee base. Enjoy it hot with a dash of milk or splashed over ice to dial up its flavor notes. I am enjoying it black. Notes, maple syrup, pecan nut flavored. I mean, I think the coffee is too strong. Well, maybe if I added milk, I could maybe taste it more, but I pretty much, I don't taste like the maple or anything. So 3 out of 5 for bitterness, roastiness, and body, and 2 out of 5 for acidity. Well, it's really nice. It's all about the aroma. Well, I'm going to skedaddle. It's a Monday, so I'm gonna go and change and hit the gym. I'm dragging. I don't feel like going to the gym. It's the holiday season. I definitely have been indulging. So gonna go to the gym. Let's open up these advent calendars and I will be back. All right, day 22. My gosh, I can't believe it's 22 already. Okay, what have we got? Oh, we've got the Dosan. Oh, really in there. Oh, the Dosan perfumed soap. Oh, I think actually I'm getting this mixed up with Jo Malone. Jo Malone, when they include like a perfume soap, it's usually like a funny shape, like a star or a heart or something. But I think all of Diptyques are always kind of like this puck. Smells so nice. I smell more of the tuberose in the soap than I do in the fragrance. 22, here we are. What's this? Ooh, the Bounce. Bad Gal Bounce. I think I tried this one too. I'm not sure that this mascara worked out for me. I think it was very volumizing, but another mascara from Benefit. They really have so many mascaras and so many of them are so good. So good. Okay, so today I thought I would share with you the luxury handbags that are on my wish list for 2026. Now this list is not comprehensive. Let's be honest. I have a lot of handbags on my wish list. I don't know if like things are going to be coming out in 2026 that I'm going to need to have that I have not seen yet. Obviously, there are handbags that I have not seen, but I did make a nice list. What do I have? I have 7 bags on this list. Pictures from like Runway or, you know, on Instagram or bags that I think maybe have been released already, like for this fall season, but I didn't get a chance to get them. And you know, whether I end up getting them or not, we'll see. But these are definitely ones on my wish list. These are definitely bags that have caught my eye. These are definitely bags that I would welcome into my family here. And I'm doing this video in collaboration with Jennifer over at Allfeisty. She's here on YouTube. I will link to her channel down below. She's going to be sharing her handbag wish list with us as well. So definitely check out her video. But she is so fantastic. So it's funny because we have like very similar tastes and very different tastes all at the same time. And I appreciate the pieces that she picks so much. They're generally pieces that I kind of just don't have the balls to get, but she can carry it off. You know, she's absolutely gorgeous. She has the most incredible head of hair, and her picks, you know, for fashion, for makeup, for handbags, accessories, all of that. She's got so much personality. She really loves like those jewel tones, and she really appreciates like ornate bags, like bags that look like jewelry. So anyway, I don't know what's on her list. I can't wait to check out her video, but definitely check it out. Again, link down below. But let me go ahead and share with you my handbag wish list. Again, not comprehensive, not even close. And I don't even know if I'll end up actually getting any of these, because at least the first 3 that I'm going to be talking about, I'm sure are way out of my budget. So I have this very interesting relationship, I think, with Chanel. The clothing, very here or there. I feel like a lot of it just isn't really appropriate for my lifestyle or my taste. But I do like their lady jackets. You know, they're very basic sort of like lady jackets that they come out with during the collections. Their shoes, I definitely have a love-hate relationship with. I have plenty, you guys know, I have plenty of those dad sandals. I have plenty of those like loafers with the flap and the little toggle lock. And their handbags, much the same as like the shoes and the ready-to-wear. I like love and hate them all at the same time. I feel like for the longest time, I felt Chanel handbags were very, I don't know, matronly looking. I don't want to say like grandma, but they just looked very matronly. They were a little bit dowdy, dare I say. And I really, really loved the Chanel 19 bag. I think that was the last one that Karl Lagerfeld designed. I really liked that one because I felt like that had a little bit more of like a hip sort of sensibility to it. It was less matronly. It had like really bulky hardware. It was quilted. It was kind of puffy. So to me, that was kind of younger seeming, versus like the typical flat bag. But I felt like when I got the 19, the floodgates kind of opened. I wanted the trendy bag. I got 2 of those. I ended up loving the flat bag, and I ended up getting the jumbo flap. I purchased it secondhand from my friend here, Kat, here on YouTube. And yeah, I ended up getting the Chanel 22. I just sort of like fell into this Chanel rabbit hole. But after I got the 22, there really wasn't much after that I kind of fell in love with until Mathieu from Bottega. He moved over to Chanel, and his last 2 runway shows, the fall one being his very first presentation, and then this last one, the Métier d'Art show in the New York City subways. I loved that show. Now, I wasn't there in person. I did not get to see it in person, unfortunately. But from what I could see, just, online and on Instagram or whatever, it was just like the perfect vibe, the absolute perfect vibe. I'm originally from New York, and everyone takes the subway in New York, whether you're wealthy, not wealthy, whether you're going to a black tie event, whether you're going to go like volunteer at a pet shelter, like it doesn't matter. You generally take the subway. Generally, of course, you would love to take a car, a taxi or whatever, but the traffic is so bad that the subway is just the easiest, it's the fastest, it's the most accessible. So I loved that it was in the subway. I happen to be a big fan of the subway. I love taking it. And what I love the most is the people watching. And that's what this Chanel show was. It was like in spades. Like it was so much people watching. It was only people watching. And I loved that it started with this model walking down the stairs, and she's in jeans, she's in half zip knitwear, she's got a Chanel bag on. You can see like a Chanel jacket like draped over it. It was just like the epitome of New York chic. And of course she had like heels on. She had like the Chanel cap toe heels on. It was just absolutely perfect. So anyway, I loved that show. I loved that it started that way. And then there were models with like a tight bodycon knit on with like a huge sort of like gorgeous feather-like maxi skirt, just with volumes and volumes of fabric, and it just moved beautifully. It was absolutely gorgeous. I loved all the different looks, all the different feels, all the different vibes, because that's what you get in the subway. Like, no, you're not going to see someone in a ball gown every day in the subway, but it's also not completely unheard of because, yeah, if you can't catch a cab outside, if your Uber's going to take too long, or, the car that you ordered is stuck in traffic, you're just going to hop on the subway. So I just loved it. I loved the whole vibe of it. I loved the whole look of it. And I loved the pieces. I feel like I'm falling back in love with Chanel because over the past couple of years, there really just hasn't been anything that's like drawn me to the store, drawn me into a boutique. And I feel like now with this new vision and this like reinvigoration of the brand, and how I feel like we're getting to the roots, not just like the designer element roots of Chanel where, you have quilting and you have tweed, but the actual like roots of like the philosophy of Coco Chanel. Like she really wanted to design clothing for the modern woman, like the pantsuit. Oh my God, that was so revolutionary back then. But the pantsuit, like the flapper style dresses, like all of that was so for the modern woman. She really pushed the boundaries. And I feel like that's what we're seeing again. This is how the modern woman dresses. She's got to go to work. She's got to go to school. She's got to, go to a wedding. She's got to go to a board meeting. Like you have all of these different archetypes. And I just think they're being illustrated perfectly through like these last 2 Chanel shows. So anyway, I'm falling back in love with Chanel, and I've got 3 bags that are on my wish list that were a part of the show that was in the subway. So the first one is the leopard flat bag. I also saw a little like quick video on Instagram where they were making the fabric for this, and it's like woven in, so it's not like painted on or printed onto the fabric. That leopard pattern is actually woven in. The amount of artistry that is involved with something like that is just unbelievable. I love animal print. As soon as I saw that animal print bag, I was like, yes, I need to have that. I probably can't afford it. I can't even imagine how much it is. But oh my God, I like the world stopped when I saw that bag. And they even have a suit in that fabric too. Now I don't need a full like leopard print Chanel suit, but the handbag, oh, what I wouldn't do to get my hands on that bag. I don't even know how many they're making, and I would imagine that's in super high demand. So even if I could afford it, I don't even know if I could get my hands on it. But that is #1 on my wish list. The other Chanel bag that I love is, it's just like an oversized kind of slouchy flap bag. And I think what caught my eye about this bag was how simple it was. And at first, I couldn't even figure out what it was that made it so simple. It was like I had to look at it for, a few more seconds, and I was like, oh, it's not quilted. It's just like flat leather. You're so used to seeing some type of quilting or some type of texture on a Chanel bag, right? They're usually either tweed or denim, or if they're just like a lambskin or the caviar leather, it's usually quilted in some way, whether it's the diamond quilting or the chevron quilting, there's always something. And to see this bag just like with no quilting whatsoever, just plain leather, I was like, oh, there's something really rich about it. It's in this dark chocolate brown color. And I wouldn't exactly call it quiet luxury because it has the CCs there, but there is something toned down about it because of how plain the leather is. And I just feel like that looks so much more modern. And I just love the silhouette. It's easy. You could just throw a bunch of stuff in there. It'd probably make a really good carry-on as well. So yeah, if I can get my hands on that bag or bags similar to that, actually I have another one that I'm going to mention in just a bit, but from Chanel, if I can get that bag or something similar to that, I would love to add that to my collection. And then this next bag from Chanel, I don't even think I caught this when I was watching like footage of the runway show, but this was a picture taken at that subway runway show. And this is a Chanel 25, which is that hobo. And it is in I'm going to assume a faux fur or a shearling, and it's Dalmatian print. Now, I've been thinking about getting the 25. I put my name down for like a black caviar leather medium sized. And when one came up at my store, I got a call from my SA, but I had just gotten back from Milan when I went in September, and I had purchased my Explore bag. I was eyeing the Prada boots, whatever. Anyway, I was like, this is not a good time. I'm like, I just, blew a lot of money. Can you let me know when another one comes in? I have not gotten a call. I've not gotten another call. She's probably given up on me. But I do have my name down for a black caviar medium. However, this shearling one with the Dalmatian print, I'm like, that is so cute. That is so, so cute. I would love a medium-sized one. This one looks like it's small, and I would take it in small, but I would love this in a medium size. Again, I have no idea how much this is, if that's a real fur. If anything, I think it's shearling or a faux fur, but yeah, I just think it's fun. I think it's fun. I think it looks like kind of like a collector's item. It's second to that leopard flat bag. I would much prefer the leopard flat bag to this one, but I love this one. I love this one, and I do have my eye on the 25, and this would be the version that I would want. So that is on my list as well. And speaking of animal print, so Kate came out with this silhouette of a bag, was it last year? Maybe the year before, which is called the Kate. So, but spelled C-A-T instead of K-H-A-I-T. But the Kate bag is like a very structured, ladylike, I would say kind of like Audrey Hepburn, early 60s kind of bag. And this aesthetic is not really one that I go for. I don't really like ladylike bags, but there's just something about this bag. Maybe it's the pony hair, maybe it's the zebra print on there that I really love. It does also come in like plain pony hair, like solid pony hair colors. It also comes in, I think, suede and leather. But there's something about this zebra print one. I just really, really adore this bag. It is you know, kind of fun because of the animal print. But I just really, really love the structure of it, the little handle, the fact that it's kind of like a frame bag so that when you open it, just kind of like opens, the frame opens it. And it's a little bit, I have seen this bag in person. It's a little bit larger than what you may imagine it to be, like this kind of like ladylike evening bag. It's definitely a little bit bigger than that. So you can actually fit like your phone in there and all that kind of stuff. I feel like with this bag, I feel like I'd have to have like an occasion in mind. There are a lot of bags that I love and I purchase with nothing in mind. I just love it. I just know I'm going to use it. It's like either a practical size or a practical material or whatever. It's black or something like that. And I don't have any particular occasion in mind. But I feel like if I had a particular occasion in mind for this kind of bag, this is the bag that I would get. The Kate bag. And of course, I had to mention something from Prada and or Miu Miu. And this bag actually caught my eye quite some time ago. And I'm trying to figure out why I saw a picture of this so early. And I think it's because it was on the runway for men back in the spring. So for this current fall collection, although I don't really think I've seen this in store. Anyway, I don't even know what this bag is called. It's a very sporty kind of nylon bag. It almost looks like a play on their Explore bag, but it looks like a lunch bag version of that because it's deeper. But what really caught my eye are these colors. We've got this kind of like grayish taupe, and I'm assuming it's nylon because again, I'm only working off of this picture. I haven't seen it in store. I believe this whole bag is nylon except for like the straps or whatever. So we've got this like grayish kind of taupe, and then we have this like lilac pink color, and that just, I don't know, that caught my eye. That caught my eye. I know it comes in different colors. I think I saw the same bag in like a black and a brown, but there's something about this really cool tone pink with this taupe that I just love. And if I can find that in store, if I can get my sales associate to find it, this is definitely a bag I think I would want. It just looks like a fun everyday kind of bag. And that's sort of what I depend on for Prada. Their bags are just so great for the everyday, but they're fun. You know, they're a little bit different. They're fun. It kind of looks like a big like bum bag or like a big hiking bag. Like it has that kind of vibe. I don't really know what's going on. All the runway models look like they're just kind of holding it with this like back kind of like top handle. I'm not exactly sure, so I need to find out more about this, but I love that color combo. There's just something about that cool toned pink with that taupey gray that I absolutely love. All right, and there are two Celine bags that I want. I mean, I really loved the Celine Phoebe Philo stage. I mean, who didn't? That was just, you know, like the absolute perfection and epitome of quiet luxury. And then Hedi Slimane came along and I loved that look, but I often felt like, especially with the ready-to-wear, that we were just kind of seeing the same things over and over again. Very identifiable. I mean, you know, he likes what he likes. Can't fault him for that. But I think they really needed some like new blood. And so we've got Michael Ryder there, and you know, the new Celine campaigns are so eye-catching. They're so good. And I feel like this new Celine is really all about styling. It's all about how you style stuff up. It's not even so much about the individual pieces, like the big belt buckle, the like tons and tons of jewelry, which you guys know, you know, appeals to me, but like the really heavily stacked bracelets, the scarves, just like the styling up of these fairly basic pieces, I think is going to be the secret to Celine, at least from what I can tell so far. And I really, really like the new luggage bag that has the smile for the zipper. I really like that. You guys know, I like stuff with just like a little bit of sense of humor. I don't like super serious or like take yourself too seriously kind of fashion. Like I like, you know, stuff that shows a little bit of your personality, that has a little bit of a sense of humor, and that's just fun. It's just fun. So I really, really like that bag. And this is the bag I was alluding to in my intro, where I think this bag is already out in stores. I actually haven't been into a Celine boutique in a long time, but I think this came out for fall. If not, it'll be here for spring. I do think I want to pick this up. I have one of the luggage totes from the very first season that it came out. I ran to Bergdorf, I got it. I have it in this beautiful tomato red. I'll pull that out and show it to you guys. I feel like I need to pull that out again, but it feels like I need to get this bag. I don't know what color or what material. I mean, I think just like the black leather, but I keep seeing it in that electric cobalt blue. And I don't even have anything in my collection that's like electric cobalt blue, but just, you know, that bag with the smile, I feel like it deserves like a fun, punchy color, or maybe yellow. I don't know if they have it in yellow, but they do have it in like the typical luggage silhouette. I think they have one that's really wide. And then they have like a shoulder tote, but it's flat. So it's almost like an envelope tote. And I think I would go for like the wide actual tote, the wide one. I just think it makes the smile just so much funnier. Anyway, I love that bag. I love that bag. I think out of all the bags on my list, this one and the Prada, I don't know, lunchbox hiking tote. Yeah, these two are the two that I actually end up purchasing. And I do also love this Celine. It's like a messenger bag. So it's got this big flap, kind of reminds me of that Chanel brown one, the plain one with no quilting that I was talking about. But it has a little bit more of a messenger bag silhouette versus just kind of like a slouchy flat bag. So it looks like, again, I haven't seen this in person, but it looks like the flap to this Celine bag kind of covers the entire front of the bag, which I think makes it look a little bit more messenger bag versus a flat bag, which kind of ends before the bag ends. And it's just got, you know, the little Celine Triomphe symbol. I'm going to guess that it's like a little clasp or a little button or something, a little snap, magnetic snap or something. But I just love the ease of this bag, like how easy it looks, that it's one of those that you could just kind of throw around, that you can pretty much shove your life into. It's like the perfect city bag. And even though I live in Las Vegas and I don't find myself in an urban environment that often. I mean, I do travel to them. There's, you know, still the like, you can take the girl out of New York, but you can't take the New York out of the girl. There's still something about bags like that that I feel like, oh, that's just a great, like knocking around, walking around all day kind of bag. They just appeal to me. They really appeal. They appeal to me. They always will appeal to me. And I do feel like the little micro mini bags are out. I do feel like the big kind of like maxi slouchy bags are definitely back in. I actually feel like we're going to see in like the extremes. I think we're going to see like really large slouchy bags and then smaller bags that are very structured. I think that's where we're going. But I think bags, and I think this is like the J.W. Anderson influence, I think we're going to see like bags with a lot of quote unquote, shall we say, personality, with a lot of humor to them. And I'm here for it. I'm so, so excited. So those are the 7 bags that are on my wish list. Again, it's not comprehensive. There's a ton of other bags that I would like, but those were the ones that were kind of like top of mind when Jennifer and I were talking about this collab. So anyway, definitely check out her video. Again, I'll link it down below in my description box. And a big thank you to her for collabing with me on this video. And I cannot wait to see what is on her wish list. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you in my next video. Definitely let me know what some of your wish list bags are down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.